All right, so in this video tutorial, we're going to be talking about how to do some graphs in Excel. So I actually copied through the data that you all recorded from yesterday's bowling ball lab, and you should have done these graphs by hand. That was not plan A, um, but I was going to show you how to use Excel in class today. But as a kind of plan B, here is a little bit of an overview of how to do graphs in Excel. So there are three graphs: distance versus time squared, and velocity versus time. So before you do anything, we need to calculate the averages of all these trials. And you could obviously do that by hand and add them all up, divide by 10. But Excel also has an average function or a way to calculate the average. Anytime that you do any type of calculation in Excel, you have to start it with a equal sign. And the average function, believe it or not, is average. So you just type out average. Now, if you look right here, it prompts you for what numbers you're going to be doing. Now, I could obviously type in the individual numbers and it would do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and hold and go over the cells. So what it's doing right here, and I could have typed this too, is it's going to calculate the average between B2 through K2. Now, the power of that, and I close the parentheses, the power of that is that when I did the average of these trials, which obviously is 0, now what I can do is I can click on the cell that I typed the equation into, go to the bottom right-hand corner where this little plus sign pops up. I can click my mouse and hold it and drag it down for the other cells. And so what it is now doing is doing the average between B3 through K3. So you can see these get highlighted. So it shifts it down one cell, one row. And then B4 through K4, B5 through K5, and so on and so forth. So in kind of a blink of an eye, we just did all of those averages, which a lot easier than doing this by hand. Now, this column, I want to do these times squared. So I'm going to, once again, start with an equal sign. And then I'm going to click on the cell I want to square, which in this case is L2. Now, to do a square, you could do L2 times L2, or I could do L2 caret to the second power. So this is raising L2 to the second power. And so once again, L2 is 0 squared is 0. But now I can do the same concept of going to the cell that I had the equation in, clicking on the bottom right-hand corner of the cell where there's the plus, and then dragging that. So now it did the same calculation. This is L3 squared, L4 squared, L5 squared, and so on and so forth. So the other calculation that we are going to be doing is we're going to take twice the distance and then divide it by the average time. So once again, I'm going to set up an equation. So now I want twice the distance. So I'm going to start off with a parentheses. So twice, 2 times. Now, to do multiplication, you do the asterisk, which is Shift 8 on a US keyboard, and then multiply it by my distance, and then divide it by my time, which I'm going to use my average time. So I did twice the distance. Now notice, once again, I opened and closed the parenthesis set to get the time in the denominator. And I'm going to hit average there. Now it doesn't like divide by 0, so I might not. I'll show you what I'm going to do in a second. But I'm going to click the same thing and drag that down for the remainder of the calculations. Now, since it didn't like to divide by 0, I'm just going to manually input 0 here. All right, so now I have all of my data set to graph. Now I just need to actually graph it. So because we want time, the first graph we're going to do is going to be this column versus this column. So now I'm going to copy these numbers, and I'm just going to bring them down here. Now, when you paste cells that have a calculation in them, you can't just do click on it and then just do a normal paste because it doesn't like that. I have to paste the values. So this is a paste option, which is paste values. And what it does is just takes the numbers that it sees here and copies them over, which is exactly what we want. Now we're going to do that versus distance. We're going to put the distance. Now this we could do a more traditional copy and paste because there are no equations. I typed these numbers in. So notice what I did is I put the times in the first column and then the distances, what I want on the y-axis, in the second column. So if I highlight these numbers and I go to Insert, and then under Insert there are Charts, and then under Charts there is Scatter. And so the scatter that I want is the first option where it just plots the points. Okay. So that is my first graph of distance versus time. Matter of fact, I'm just going to label it. I could go through and label my axes, and that would be a more complete graph. But for right now, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, the next graph I want is distance versus time squared. So I'm going to copy the distances. And then I'm going to come over here to the time squared. Now, because these, once again, are calculated cells, I'm going to have to do a paste special. So I'm going to paste special the value there. Now I'm going to do distance versus time squared. So highlight over the numbers and then insert scatter. And what do you know? That did linearize the graph. For the most part, there's a little bit of scatter, especially here and maybe that last data point. But we'll see what it looks like with a line through it. Matter of fact, actually, let's put a line through it. So this is distance versus time squared. So in order to put a best fit here, I'm going to go to the little plus sign, and then I'm going to come down the trend line, and I'm going to go to more options. Okay, you can see linear is right here, which gets the line on, but I actually want to do something else. I want to go to more options. So I'm going to select linear because that looks to be the best, which once again, minus that one outlier right here. And then I want to scroll down to the option to display the equation on the chart. So display the equation. Okay, so this gives me the equation of this line for the distance versus time squared. All right, and then the last one we want to do is velocity versus time, or speed versus time. So I'm going to copy the original times, not the squared times. And then I'm going to go to the velocity column and then copy those. So because these were calculated values, I do have to do, once again, a paste special. And then I'm going to highlight over the numbers and then insert chart, scatter, and what do you know? That's also a linear graph. So this is speed or velocity. We'll talk more about that. Versus time. Make this smaller so it kind of lines up with the data. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put in a best fit. And then I'm going to go to display the equation. And we get a slope. Okay, this actually matches up rather nicely of the expected, and we'll talk more about the expected in a few days' time. But I noticed that this has a slope of 0.493, and this has a slope of 0.25. So this will come up later on, but it's not a coincidence that the slope of this graph is twice the value of the slope of that graph. Or better yet, the slope of this is half of that. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful in a matter of, I don't know, a few minutes here. With me doing this rather slowly and talking you through it, we just made 3 graphs on Excel. Okay, so if you'd like to try this out, feel free. It's not necessary since you already did this by hand. But moving forward, we'll mostly do our graphs in Excel. Okay. So thank you for your time and attention. I hope you found this useful, and I can't wait to see you all. Unfortunately, on Monday it will be because I have to stay home tomorrow as well. All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.